Have you ever wondered why history books are filled with tales of mighty kings and clashing armies, yet the voices of women often fade into whispers? Today, we embark on a journey to reclaim those echoes, to uncover the stories of three biblical heroines who defied expectations and carved their names into the annals of time. We journey to meet Deborah, the prophetess who rallied armies with her fiery spirit, Jael, the unlikely warrior who wielded a tent peg like a sword, and Judith, the strategist who outsmarted tyrants with cunning and wit. Prepare to be transported to a world where battlefield cries echo not just with the clang of steel, but with the fierce determination of women who refuse to be silenced. Their stories are not mere footnotes, but testaments to the unyielding strength and unwavering courage that lies dormant within us all. So, join me as we step through the dusty pages of Scripture and unveil the untold strength of these empowered warriors. This is not just a history lesson, it's a call to arms, a reminder that the battlefield of life welcomes heroes of all shapes and sizes, and sometimes, the most potent weapons are forged in the fires of faith, courage, and unshakable resolve. But before we embark on this epic journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fascinating tales. Are you ready to meet the she-wolves of Scripture? Let the saga begin. A scorching wind whips through the parched valley of Canaan. For 20 years, the iron fist of Canaanite oppression has choked the life from the Israelite people. Villages lie smoldering, fields bear only weeds, and the hearts of the once valiant flicker with despair. Yet, beneath the suffocating shadow of fear, a flicker of defiance flickers to life in the village of Ephraim. In the shade of a sprawling palm tree, a woman sits, not adorned with jewels or silk, but with the mantle of wisdom and unwavering faith. This is Deborah, a judge in Israel, a prophetess graced with the fiery touch of divine inspiration. No ordinary judge, Deborah held both scales of justice and the torch of prophecy. In her palm lay the fate of a nation, the whispers of God guiding her hand. Yet, Deborah was not merely a passive conduit. Her spirit burned with the zeal of a lioness. With a booming voice and a piercing gaze, she dispensed justice, her wisdom silencing scoffs and her pronouncements carrying the weight of an oracle. But within Deborah's heart also resided a warrior's fire. For in the annals of Israel's history, a judge was more than a magistrate, they were a leader, a champion, a beacon of hope in the darkest night. Deborah's story transcends the bounds of historical narrative. It is a testament to the transformative power of leadership, not born from lineage or title, but from the embers of faith and the unyielding desire for justice. It shatters the glass ceiling of societal expectations, proving that the battlefield of leadership welcomes women with open arms, their voices rising above the clang of swords and the whispers of doubt. And it whispers of divine guidance, a reminder that when faced with insurmountable odds, sometimes the strongest weapon we wield is the hand of God resting upon our shoulder. From the fiery pronouncements of Deborah, we now travel to the humble tent of Jael, a Kenite woman residing amidst the shifting sands of the desert. Unlike the divinely chosen Deborah, Jael appears an ordinary figure, her life woven from threads of domesticity and the quiet rhythms of daily life. Yet, beneath the unassuming surface, simmered a wellspring of courage, waiting to be tapped like an oasis hidden in the dunes. Fate's cruel hand draws the Canaanite general, Sisera, to seek refuge in Jael's tent. Battered and defeated after the epic clash at Megiddo, he enters not as a conqueror, but as a desperate fugitive. Jael, with the hospitality befitting her culture, offers him sustenance and a place to rest. But under the cloak of this seemingly ordinary act, a different drama unfolds. As Sisera slumbers, lulled by a false sense of security, Jael's spirit erupts into a blazing inferno. The tent, once a symbol of domesticity, transforms into a stage for an act of audacious bravery. With a tent peg, the humble tool of nomadic life, and a hammer, the instrument of everyday toil, Jael delivers a decisive blow, silencing the once booming voice of oppression. Jael's story throws open a window on the multifaceted nature of heroism. It shatters the stereotype of the warrior clad in shining armor, instead presenting a heroine armed with courage born from circumstance and resourcefulness. Her actions raise questions about the nature of justice and the moral complexity of war. Was her act a righteous slaying of a tyrant, or a cold-blooded betrayal? These questions linger, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truths that sometimes lurk in the shadows of even the most heroic deeds. But beyond the moral quandaries, Jael's story illuminates the power of the unexpected. It reminds us that the most potent weapons can be forged in the fires of everyday life, wielded not by those we expect, but by the quiet heroes who rise from the margins to rewrite the narrative. In the next section, we will encounter Judith, another unexpected heroine whose cunning and wit rewrite the rules of war and leave their mark on the sands of history. As we shift the sands of our narrative, we find ourselves amidst the whispers of conspiracy and the stench of war. The city of Bethulia, a lone jewel amidst the vastness of the Assyrian Empire, stands defiant against the might of Holofernes, a fearsome general whose name rings like a death knell in the hearts of many. Yet, within the besieged city walls, a woman named Judith emerges from the shadows, not with a warrior's brawn, but with the keen edge of an intellect honed to a razor's sharpness. Driven by a fierce patriotism and a quiet fire for her people's freedom, Judith concocts a plan as bold as it is audacious. Disguised in her widow's veil, she approaches Holofernes' camp, not with fear, but with calculated charm. Her beauty, a weapon wielded with cunning, gains her access to the enemy tent, where she weaves a web of deceit, playing upon Holofernes' arrogance and insatiable lust for power. As the night deepens, under the soft glow of a moonlit sky, Judith strikes. With a swift and decisive motion, she uses Holofernes' own sword, the symbol of his tyranny, to sever his head. In that single act, she delivers not just a physical blow, but a psychological one, shattering the image of the invincible tyrant and leaving his army reeling in confusion. Judith's story, while thrilling in its audacity, is deeply rooted in the historical context of Assyrian domination and Jewish resistance. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds, showcasing the power of intelligence and strategic thinking over brute force. But beyond the tactical triumph, Judith's actions raise questions about the ethics of deception and the moral ambiguities of war. Was her use of manipulation and subterfuge justified in the face of tyranny, or does it stain her victory with shades of darkness? These questions leave us pondering the complexities of war and the choices we make to secure freedom. In the latter part, we will return to the overarching theme of these entwined narratives, weaving together the threads of Deborah's leadership, Jael's courage, and Judith's cunning to showcase the timeless legacy of these empowered warriors of Scripture. As the echoes of battle fade and history casts its long shadow, we stand amidst the echoes of these three remarkable women. Their stories, carved not just in Scripture, but in the very bedrock of human spirit, become a testament to the enduring power of female strength in all its diverse forms. Deborah the leader stands tall, reminding us that the battlefield of life welcomes the voices of reason and justice, regardless of gender. Her fiery pronouncements and strategic brilliance shatter the glass ceiling of leadership, proving that a woman's hand can guide the reins of destiny with grace and unwavering resolve. Jael, the unlikely heroine, whispers from the margins, reminding us that the weapons of courage can be forged in the crucible of everyday life. Her story challenges us to confront the uncomfortable truths of war, forcing us to grapple with the moral complexities of heroism and the unexpected faces it can wear. Judith, the strategist, emerges from the shadows, a testament to the power of intellect and cunning in the face of overwhelming odds. Her victory, bathed in the moonlight and the glint of a stolen sword, speaks to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering desire for freedom, reminding us that sometimes, the deadliest weapons are forged in the mind. But the legacy of these empowered warriors transcends the specifics of their battles. They stand as a collective torch, illuminating the path for women who dare to step outside the lines, who refuse to be confined by societal expectations or the limitations of their time. They carry a message that whispers across the ages: your voice matters, your courage is potent, and your strength, in all its forms, can rewrite the narrative of your own life and the world around you. So, let their stories resonate within you. Let them spark a fire in your own spirit, the fire of leadership, of courage, of strategic brilliance. Let them remind you that the battlefield of life welcomes you, too, and that in your hands, you hold the weapons to carve your own path to victory, whatever that victory may be. Subscribe to this channel for more journeys into the heart of Scripture, where myths collide with reality, and the embers of faith ignite the flames of understanding. Until next time, thank you for watching.